Older men who get younger women use this trick. Soft background music, calm and mysterious tone. There's something quietly magnetic about certain older men. Not all of them. Not the ones who are desperate or boastful, but the ones who carry an energy, a kind of calm confidence, that younger women can't quite explain yet deeply feel. And the truth is, older men who get younger women aren't just lucky. They're not chasing. They're not pretending. They're using one powerful trick, a psychological shift, that makes them stand out from every man around. Let's talk about it. 1. The trick isn't a line, it's an energy. You see, attraction isn't always about looks. It's about energy. Older men who attract younger women don't try to be young. They embrace who they already are. When a man is young, he's usually trying to prove himself. He wants to show he's strong, rich, funny, or desirable. But when a man grows older and wiser, he stops needing approval. And that is the trick. That quiet, relaxed confidence, the energy of "I don't need to impress you," is what pulls younger women in like gravity. Because deep down, women don't just fall for a man's looks. They fall for how a man makes them feel. And when she's with a man who's calm, centered, and sure of himself, she feels safe. She feels admired. She feels understood. That's what she craves, even if she doesn't say it out loud. 2. The power of emotional stability. Younger women are often surrounded by men their age. Men who are uncertain, impulsive, and emotionally chaotic. They text one day and disappear the next. They make promises they never keep. But an older man who knows who he is becomes different. He doesn't react out of insecurity. He listens more than he talks. He gives advice, not lectures. He doesn't rush because he knows that real connection isn't built overnight. This emotional stability becomes magnetic. When she talks about her dreams, he doesn't laugh. When she's upset, he doesn't panic. He has lived enough life to understand that storms pass, and that's why his calmness is more attractive than any fancy car or handsome face. Because what a younger woman truly feels around an older man is peace, and peace feels like home. 3. The trick of mystery. Younger men tend to reveal everything too soon. They overshare. They try to impress with every detail of their lives. But older men who attract younger women keep a certain mystery. Not games, just depth. When he speaks, every word feels deliberate. When he pauses, she leans in. He doesn't chase attention, he earns it. You see, mystery doesn't come from hiding things. It comes from knowing that not everyone deserves to see every part of you. And that's powerful. It's rare. It's the opposite of the modern world, where everyone's trying to show everything. This sense of mystery makes her curious. Who is this man? Why does he seem so sure of himself? Why do I feel drawn to him even when he says so little? That's the magic. That's the trick. 4. The trick of presence. An older man who truly attracts younger women doesn't divide his attention. When he talks to her, he's there. No phone in his hand. No scrolling. No fake laughter. He looks into her eyes and listens. That kind of presence is rare today. And when a woman feels seen, truly seen, she starts to open up. She starts to trust. Because presence says, I value this moment. I value you. That's something most men don't know how to give. But older men who've learned patience, who faced losses, and who understand time's value, they do. Presence makes a younger woman feel something she's never felt before. Respected. And respect turns into attraction. Because love without respect never lasts. 5. The trick of purpose. Here's the secret few will tell you. A younger woman doesn't fall for an older man because of his age. She falls for his purpose. When a man has direction, when he wakes up with goals, passions, and a fire in his eyes, that energy is intoxicating. He doesn't sit around complaining about his past. He's focused on creating his future. And that mindset is deeply masculine. A younger woman can feel it. She can sense that he's living for something. It could be his work, his dreams, or his mission, but it gives him an aura of meaning. Purpose gives him charisma. And charisma gives him magnetism. Older men who live with purpose don't chase women. They attract them naturally. Because purpose is sexier than perfection. 6. The trick of emotional intelligence. When she's with him, she feels like he understands her more than anyone else ever could. Not because he's manipulative, but because he's experienced. He's been heartbroken. He's made mistakes. He's learned what real love is and what it isn't. So he doesn't rush into judging her. He doesn't play mind games. He understands that every emotion has a story behind it. This emotional intelligence is something only time can teach. It's not about being older, it's about being wiser. That's why she opens up to him. She shares secrets she's never told anyone, because she feels safe in his maturity. And when a woman feels emotionally safe, attraction deepens beyond the surface. 7. The trick of control. An older man knows when to walk away. He doesn't beg for love. He doesn't chase validation. He values peace over attention. That quiet strength, that discipline drives younger women crazy, because control shows power. And not the kind of power that dominates, but the kind that leads. A man who can control his emotions, his desires, his words becomes rare. And rarity is attractive. When he says no, he means it. When he says yes, he follows through. That consistency builds trust, and trust builds desire. 8. The trick of unshakable self-worth. Here's the final truth. Older men who get younger women understand that their worth isn't based on anyone's approval. They don't measure their value by how many people like them. They already like themselves. They've made peace with their flaws. They've forgiven their past. They've embraced their story. And that self-acceptance shines through. A younger woman feels that energy, that grounded, steady presence, and she can't help but admire it, because it's everything she's secretly searching for in a chaotic world. 9. What it all comes down to. So, what's the trick older men use to attract younger women? It's not money. It's not looks. It's not smooth talk. It's the energy of a man who knows himself. He doesn't need to prove. He doesn't need to chase. He simply is. He radiates calmness, confidence, and certainty. And in a world full of confusion, that energy becomes irresistible. When a woman feels that, she doesn't care about his wrinkles, his gray hair, or his age. Because what she's really drawn to is his peace. And peace is the most attractive thing in the world. Headphone pause, soft music fades in. So if you're an older man listening to this, remember, you don't have to compete with younger men. You don't have to change who you are. You just have to remember who you've become. Because the more you value your energy, your experience, and your presence, the more she'll feel it too. And one day she'll look at you and say, I don't know what it is about you, but I can't stop thinking about you. That's not luck. That's mastery. That's the trick. Hit that subscribe button and join us on a journey through the timeless wisdom of the older generation. Don't miss a single life-changing lesson.